Hello, another video, and cheers from Finland. It's a beautiful autumn day, although it starts to get a bit chilly. Yeah, so no intro in this video, as this is going to be otherwise too long. There's a lot to talk about these knives. So Terävä knives by Varustelleka. Here is all of them. Scrumma 80, Mini Jakarpuka 85, Jakarpuka 110, Jakarpuka 140, Scrumma 200, Scrumma 240. I've used, the oldest one of these is this. The next one is this 140. And I've used all of these. And I love them all. I have two favorites that I think if I would have to choose, I would take two of these. But I love all of these knives, and I think they are, if not the best values in the world, right up there. So if you're speaking in if we're speaking about knives in today's market, what's out there, I would say these are absolutely one of the best values. From the material, from the grinds, also from the sheets. The sheets are amazing with all of these. So that's really hard to criticize them. So they really are one of the absolute bests out there. So let's go ahead through all of these. There has been so many comparisons. I think that's the white wagtail screaming there. A lot of birds all of a sudden here. Yeah, but anyways, there has been so many questions in the channel. Always when I present one of these knives in the channel, there's a question: do you like this more or this more? Should I get this one or that one, etc, etc, etc. So now I just thought, okay, I will just show all of these and give my opinions. But let's go ahead immediately, because otherwise the video is going to be too long. Yeah, the Scrumma 80. I've used this knife quite a bit. I use this as a neck knife, only as a neck knife, but also in my camera bag. I have had this as a backup knife in my camera bag, and it's one beautiful beast, small beast of a knife. So it just basically does everything you can ask a knife of this size to do. So the thickness is 3.2 millimeters, 80 CRV2. The steel, really robust steel, this kind of high Scandi. And then the grind is interesting because, of course, it takes the influence from the Scrumma, the larger Scrummas. But then when you have it in the small size like this actually becomes like a Warncliffe type. So it's really precise. It's really nice with food prep, with this slightly curvy blade. I've done that. Use this as a mushroom knife, as a carving knife. It does nice feathers. Yeah, there's nothing to criticize this about. So good in the hand. Maybe if there's one thing, I would say like maybe an inch. Well, just a tad bit longer. Maybe the handle. Maybe, but I actually with actual use, I haven't really noticed it too much, but maybe it could be a bit longer, but not a big deal. I like the pommel. With every one, they have this back pommel here, full tang or hidden full tang knives. So this is a great one. Then this is the latest one that I got. I wanted to have the whole series, so now I have them all. And this is the Mini Jakarpuka 85. So it's that bit longer than the Scrumma 80. But basically the cutting edge is basically similar. But yeah. Of the two, now that I have used this, say 3 weeks, maybe even a month, I have been using this as a neck knife like this, I would say I like this a tad bit more. And this is really nitpicking, so you can't go wrong with either one of these. This is really nitpicking because the functionality is really practically the same. But maybe I was thinking the other day when I had this on, maybe the thing that it resembles puukko, the form with the puukko style of sweeping blade. I like the idea of this, that the spine is higher than here, and you're able to continue the cutting edge longer here. So it's kind of maximizing the cutting edge. So maybe like because of the resembles to puukko, I like this maybe a bit more. It's just I'm used to knives like this. I'm kind of used to where the point of the blade is more than with the Scrumma 80. So if I would have to choose between these two, hard choice, but I would probably take this one. And the sheets are, for the price, one of the best knife sheets you can get. So they all have this button clip here, good quality leather, even quite tight the button, and it won't drop even if the button is like it's not on. How do you say? Yeah. So all in all, a great value. Scrumma 85 has been one of my most used knives actually. So if I go, for example, for doing some nature photography or something, I have this either as a neck knife. I have had this also in my backpack. I have a batoned with this. I have done. It's really nice with feathers. They're both great with feathers. But if you would like choose between these two, or if you would like my take on these two, and you're kind of indecisive which one of these you would like to get, if you are leaning towards more all-rounder, a bit more slicey things, I would say maybe this, and food prep, this type of things. And if you're more on the woodcraft, bushcrafting, backup knife, neck knife, this type of things, then the Scrumma 85. Then let's go ahead, because it's going to be long, this video otherwise. The Jakarpuka 110. And like I said in the beginning, there's two favorites of all of these, and I would say one of them is the 110. So this is just for me like an absolute super puukko, because it is a puukko. There's no doubt about it. There has been some comments in the channel through the years that why am I calling this puukko? Well, first of all, it's in the name. It's puukko. It's already in the name. So relax. Puukko doesn't have to be always the certain things. It has a very sturdy spine, full-time construction. Of course, all of these have this very classical grind, very classical puukko grind. At least Finnish puukko styles are often. Finnish Scandis are higher than you would see in Sweden and Norway. So that's something which is very interesting. I don't know where does it come from. I have a suspicion that it may be Mora's fault, because Mora does very low Scandis. But I have to say, I do like a bit more higher the Scandis, better with feather sticks, a bit more versatile. And puukkos were traditionally used not only for feather sticks, or definitely not for batoning. You would have a axe with you. So puukkos were also used for hunting, fishing, construction, building a home, even self-defense, so every goddamn thing. Yeah, but anyways, this is one hell of a super puukko. Again, comfortable handle here. The handle size is absolute perfection. This is so robust, you can just trust your life with this basically. So it has the survival element. It's fantastic with feather sticks when you put the micro convex there. I have already the video. I will put all the links on the videos on these separate knives, so you can watch them then. So I will not go too much on that, but this is more of a comparison video. So, but this is one of my favorites. You can't go wrong with this one. And then the 140. And why do I like this then more than this? This is older. This I have had 2 years more than the 120. The thing with this is great knife. All of great knives. But why I would choose this over this 140, so I like the 110 more than this, is that this is, I feel like and this is once again, this is nitpicking. You can do basically the same thing. You can do the same things with both of these knives, sure, but I feel like this is more true to itself. This is more balanced with the handle ratio, like classical puukko. It's much more closer for this kind of balanced all-arounder. This is more of a survival, maybe even a military. Well, jägari means like jäger, so it has this military tendency. Of course, it's in the name. So, but yeah, this is a great knife. The benefits are, of course, evident. Better with batoning, you have the length. Otherwise, it's the same knife. So it's up to you. The balance, let's check actually. This is a bit more blade forward, the balance with the 110. Yeah, it's much more balanced. So that's where you want to have the balance, is on the first finger, and you feel it on the hand. So this is just, in my opinion, more balanced. But you can basically do all the things that you would do with this, you can also do with this. Just this has the benefit of maybe being better with maybe also with the chopping tasks and these type of things. But I don't do those so often, so they are more of a theoretical things. Those, okay, it could be better with chopping, but how often would I actually use that for chopping? So it all comes down to the practicality and usability. Anyways, okay, this is one of my favorites, and then the second favorite of the list is the Scrumma 200. This is one hell of a knife. So this has to be one of the best knives in this category of survival, larger blades in the world, chopper. So yeah, this is one knife solution if there ever was. So if I would go on a desert island, if somebody would drop me in the middle of nowhere in Finnish Lapland, I would have only one knife with me. Probably would be this. So this is just, you can do basically everything with these. All of these are great with woodwork anyways. So you can do feathers with this one. You can do carving. Yeah, you can even open up a fish with this one. You can do food prep with this one. Chopping, everything. Nice to handle. I like this a bit more than the 240, I have to say. Maybe for the same reasons that I like this more than this. So it just feels a bit more balanced, not overdrive, much more lightweight than the 240. And once again, I don't take anything away from this. Has been one of my most used knives, 240 here in the garden, in the countryside. Yeah, but I like the sweeping blade. The steel is fantastic, of course, for this, so robust. Once you do some stropping, you have a bit more convexed the edge, the chipping will stop. All of these have a bit of a tendency, like from the factory, that they can have a bit of a chipping, but then after use they will come really, really robust. Yeah, you can watch again the videos on these. This was more of a comparison, so I won't go too much on details, but this is one hell of a blade. Perfect length, perfect weight, nothing. I have absolutely found nothing to criticize this about, really. And of course, again, the sheets, fantastic with the varustelega, all leather. I guess there's also other options. Not sure. I think there's other kydex. Not actually really sure about that. But yeah, then to the last one, the monster Scrumma 240. Yeah, although I do like this more, I actually have used this more because this is the oldest of the bunch. And for example, this springtime, I did a lot of chopping things in the garden, hacked down many branches of an old willow tree, etc. I'm actually planning to take this to our family summer house in the archipelago because there's a lot of woodwork to do in next winter. So I will actually bring that there. So heavy blade, not so comfortable to taking with you. So I would say, like, again, much better in that sense as an outdoor knife. This is more of a garden knife, house work knife. How would you say it? Yeah, great. The force. This is a nice idea of this length of the handle. You can get really, really powerful hits with this one. My God, what a monster! And yeah, after some sharpening, stropping, this has created a very robust edge. So not have had any problem with chipping, and processed many different woods with this one, from cherry, apple, ash, what was the maple tree, and then the like pine and birch tree, etc., and willow. Yeah. So, but these are the knives. I just want to do an overview, show them all. I still will do a separate video on this one, because this is the latest one of the bunch, and maybe actually would say. So if I would say, okay, these two are my favorites, this actually could be right there. So maybe these three would be my favorites. And yeah, but this is, for me, these are more outdoor knives, and this is for me more of a like a chopper that I use only, have it on my garden shed, and I use it here in the garden. So maybe there's actually case to be made that I shouldn't review this or compare it to these. I feel these are more kind of knives that you want to take to camping trips or hiking trips or whatnot. So, but every one of them are great. Every one are suited for, and are, in my opinion, perfect for its task. So, yeah. But anyways, have a great day wherever you are. I'm continuing here, and thanks for watching. And please comment which is your favorite of the bunch. Thanks.